Hello, welcome to the Wednesday, May 5th, 2021 edition of the SANS Internet Storm Center's Stormcast. My name is Johannes Ulrich and today I'm recording from Jacksonville, Florida. After Apple patching everything yet again yesterday, Google today followed with its regular patch Tuesday. Nothing out of the ordinary here, nothing at least labeled as being exploited, but there are a number of critical remote code execution vulnerabilities. And then again, remember, if you do see May 1st as your patch level, that means that you have the May patches installed. If it says May 5th, then you also have prior security updates, including the May 1 installed. So that's really sort of what you're going for. If you're using a Google Pixel phone, then you received additional patches for various kernel and Qualcomm components. Keeping your firmware up to date on various devices is tricky, and Dell tries to help you out here by providing some firmware update drivers with all Dell computers. Sadly, Sentinel Labs figured out that these drivers suffer from a privilege escalation vulnerability, providing a user with full kernel level access. What makes this such a big deal is that these drivers have shipped with this particular vulnerability since 2009 on all Dell desktops, laptops, and tablets. So pretty much anything Dell shipped that wasn't a server is affected by this vulnerability. And I think the headline here from Sentinel Labs, who found this particular vulnerability, stating that hundreds of millions of Dell computers are at risk, is probably not overstating the problem here. So if you have any system with a Dell label on it, you better head over to the Dell website. They have a more detailed list of what's exactly vulnerable and how to address this vulnerability. Sentinel Labs will hold back any proof of concept code until June, so you got about a month to get this under control. But then again, with their blog post, they already released some details, so someone really into it may be able to get a proof of concept developed earlier. And talking about big scary vulnerabilities, we have 21 new vulnerabilities in the Exim mail server. Last time we had vulnerabilities in Exim that led to code execution. They were heavily exploited, and well, it took forever to have systems patched, probably still unpatched systems for these old vulnerabilities out there. So 21 vulnerabilities, some of them do allow remote code execution as the user Exim, which is the user that Exim is usually running as. But then other vulnerabilities also allow privilege escalation to root. So by chaining a couple of these vulnerabilities, you essentially have a complete root access via a remote network connection to the Exim mail server. The post by Qualys does provide plenty of detail, so I don't think it will take overly long for proof of concept or, well, actual out there in the wild scanning exploits to be released. And well, with vulnerabilities like this coming up daily, one of the big questions, of course, that people always ask first is, do I run any of these systems? And if you have to monitor a larger infrastructure, well, a simple Nmap will probably not cut it. So today we have a quick blog post by Rick. Rick is going over how to use masscan in Python to sort of develop your own little custom scanning scripts. Masscan was specifically developed to essentially quickly scan, even at internet scale, a large number of systems. In our Security 503 Intrusion Detection in-depth class, we go over ICMP tunnels and covert communication. And of course, that's often one of the things that's not necessarily sort of the top of the mind of people, but reliably is coming back sort of every 2 or 3 years. And well, I guess it's time again. TrustWave discovered some malware that does communicate via ICMP echo request and replies. Shouldn't be too difficult to spot this particular tunnel if, after all, you're looking at the ICMP traffic, as the packet sizes are quite long. Looks like they're sort of around 800 bytes. And for more details, well, just refer to the TrustWave write-up. Well, that's it for today. So thanks again for listening and talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.